Black, the shadow beyond the keyhole. Black was always wrong, a mistake in existence. A pitch-black Sprunki with hollow eyes, he lurked unseen, warping reality itself. It began when someone peered through the keyhole. A curious Sprunki pressed their eye to an old door, only to find Black staring back. The door creaked open, and they vanished without a sound. Black hated the world's emptiness, its meaningless noise. He did not destroy, he erased. The Sprunki world descended into chaos, its inhabitants vanishing one by one. Yet, he forgot to kill Gray and Jevin. Maybe they didn't matter. Nothing did. Then, something else awoke. A being beyond the keyhole. A grotesque nightmare with glowing eyes, drawn by Black's presence. It was older than fear itself. The sky cracked, the world trembled, and the final night began. A lone sorcerer stood in defiance, desperate to seal the horror away, but Black refused to share his world. He turned against the entity he had freed, devouring the light itself. The keyhole snapped shut. Raddy, the infernal curse. In a world where shadows devoured the light, Raddy awakened from an ancient slumber. His 5 crimson horns crowned his head like daggers, his weary eyes hiding an insatiable rage. He was a cursed being, a vessel of wrath, sealed away for centuries. But the abyssal drums had called him back. When he stepped through the broken gates of his prison, a vast cathedral of darkness stretched before him. The walls whispered, tormented souls clawing at the edges of reality. From the void, Umbra, the Shadow King, emerged, seeking to consume him. But Raddy's rage ignited an infernal blaze, erasing the darkness and reducing Umbra to ashes. His path led to the frozen wastes, where an ancient ice titan awaited. The beast roared, its breath turning the air into stone. It sought to smother Raddy's flames, but his fury burned hotter than time itself. With a single, devastating strike, the titan crumbled into frozen dust. At the underworld's gate, Baal-Zeroth, the demon warlord, awaited with his army of the damned. Fire and darkness clashed as their battle shook the earth. In a final, earth-shattering blow, Raddy's flames consumed Baal-Zeroth, leaving only scorched ruins in his wake. But from the embers of his wrath, a monstrous reflection arose, his own fury given form. This final battle, a war of fire against fire, tore reality apart. When the flames died, only one Raddy remained. But had he conquered his darkness, or had it consumed him? His legend would never fade. Music style. Music style. Oren, the cursed frequency. Oren was once a master of sound, his beats controlling crowds like magic. But his obsession led him to the frequency, a forbidden rhythm whispered about in the digital underground. It was said to rewrite reality itself. One night, he played the frequency and everything changed. The crowd froze, their eyes hollow, their bodies twitching to an unseen pulse. Oren felt something invade his mind, his body twisting, becoming part of the sound. His skin turned metallic, his heartbeat synced with the cursed beat. He was no longer human, he was the frequency's vessel. Desperate for salvation, he ventured into the neon-lit digital abyss, battling soundwave creatures, corrupted by the same force. The city around him warped, consumed by echoes of his fatal melody. Then it appeared, a towering soundwave titan, the entity behind the frequency. It roared, shaking reality itself. Oren fought back, using his music as a weapon, turning beats into blasts of energy. The battle raged, tearing through time and space. In a final act, he reversed the rhythm, distorting the frequency into silence. The titan shrieked as it shattered, but the silence was not victory. It was a warning. The beat had stopped, but in the echoes, something still listened and waited, music style. OWAKCX, the shattered mind. OWAKCX was once ordinary until the impact. A single blow from Raddy fractured his skull, but it was more than a wound. It shattered his mind, twisting reality into something unrecognizable. Whispers slithered through his thoughts, shadows moved on their own, and his reflection grinned with too many teeth. One night, the voices led him to an abandoned lab. Flickering green lights revealed the truth he had been experimented on. Subject OWAKCX, failed containment. Memory erasure incomplete. A screech shattered the screens. From the darkness, a grotesque amalgamation of failed experiments lunged, its body writhing with glowing, unblinking eyes. Electricity surged through OWAKCX, his mutation had awakened. As he fled, he saw them. Other experiments, lost souls trapped in a nightmare. He wasn't escaping them, he was becoming them. And as the green energy within him consumed what was left of his mind, he realized the horrifying truth. OWAKCX was never meant to exist. Music style. Clukr, the rhythm of the void. Clukr was never meant to belong in this world. He and Garnold created FunBot and Mr. Fun Computer, not for entertainment, but to uncover something ancient, something terrifying. A strange signal echoed from the cosmos, and with each bounce of the symbol on his head, he felt himself slipping further into a warped reality. One night, the sky tore open. A black hole of sound emerged, pulling Clukr into the void. Dead planets, towering mushroom-like structures, remnants of civilizations devoured by sound. At the center of the universe, he saw the ancient entity, a being without form, existing only as oscillations in space. Then he realized his symbol wasn't just an object. It was a reality tuner, a rhythmic pulse used by the universe to correct things that shouldn't exist. And Clukr was a mistake. At the edge of time itself, he faced the architect of the void, the one who had composed all rhythms. A single snap of its fingers rang through the abyss. Clukr vanished, becoming nothing more than a solitary note drifting through the void. And then silence, music style.